Good afternoon. Thank you all so much for joining us. Everybody ready? Okay. This is a follow-up to a case you all helped us profile last week, centered around the Trailita trailer sales. It's a company that turned out to be pretty much a sham company by the looks of it, that was luring people in with false promises of a food truck, a custom-built food truck, and then not delivering. Last week when we spoke to you all, we showed you all a video of one of the suspects in this case, Miguel Angel Cuellar Lopez, 57 years of age. I believe you all got video of him again today as he was being rearrested. In addition, we've got some video to share with you today of a third suspect. This suspect that you see here is a gentleman by the name of Omar Alexis Emmanuel Cruz. He's 39 years of age. Mr. Cruz is being arrested today for two charges: engaging in an organized criminal activity, second-degree felony, and then theft, $30,000 to $250,000, which is a third-degree felony. Omar was a sales associate at this lot. And initially, Omar and a couple of other employees, we'd been speaking to them, and they came to us very much as fellow victims. In other words, oh my gosh, we didn't know any of this was going on. We're as surprised as you are, as the rest of the world is. These two other suspects are just bullies. They were violent with us, and the story goes on and on and on. As we continued to investigate facts of the case, last week, after you all helped us put out information on this case, we speculated at that time that there would be additional victims coming forward. Well, surely enough, additional victims came forward and said, wait a second, that guy there is just as guilty as the other two. Matter of fact, he scammed one of our latest victims, he personally, out of $36,000. And so since the last time that we were here, we had about 29 victims that had come forward. To this point now, we're, I believe, over 35 victims that have come forward as a result of you all helping us put that information out. And our dollar figure has gone up to upwards of $225,000 and counting. There's some estimates from our investigators that all said and done, the dollar figures that we're dealing with could top out at well over $300,000, possibly approaching $400,000 in scam transactions that never took place. And so again, we're putting out this information in hopes that even more people will continue to come forward. They can send us an email at bcsotips@bear.org, or they can call us at 210-335-6000. What I can tell you is that this afternoon, we rearrested Miguel Angel Cuellar Lopez, 57 years of age, for the engaging in organized criminal activity, which is a new charge for him. In addition, he's out on bond for the original theft case that he was magistrated on last week that y'all caught video of him. As y'all know, this is video of him being remagistrated today. At large is still Miguel Angel Cuellar Martinez, 32 years of age, who is the son of that other suspect, senior and junior. So this one is still at large. He's believed to be in Mexico at this point. But again, we would ask anybody with information on his whereabouts to please let us know, 210-335-6000, or you can email us at bcsotips@bear.org. Esta tarde nosotros arrestamos a un sospechoso, Omar Alexis Emmanuel Cruz, 39 años de edad, en conexión con una compañía que nosotros ahorita tenemos bajo investigación, que la semana pasada, ustedes nos ayudaron en desparramar información que nosotros teníamos que Miguel Ángel Cuellar López y su hijo Miguel Ángel Cuellar Martínez, ellos dos estaban encargados de un negocio que se llama Tu Trailita, una compañía que ellos hacen trailas para compañías que quieren vender comida. Se aparenta que estos dos sospechosos, bueno, estos tres sospechosos ahorita, ellos estaban trabajando, estaban atrayendo clientes para venderles trailas que nunca se iban a hacer. Entonces, les quitaban dinero, les pedían más dinero para acabar las trailas, pero nunca se las entregaron. Entonces, estas víctimas vinieron con nosotros, acompañados con LULAC, Concilio Zapatista, que ustedes conocieron la semana pasada y nos trajeron las quejas de las víctimas. La próxima conferencia de noticia que nosotros habíamos hecho la semana pasada fue que había aproximadamente 29 víctimas y $189,000 que habían robado de estas víctimas. Ahora, después de que salió esta historia por medio de la televisión, más víctimas nos han llamado. Ahorita se aparenta que hay más que 35 víctimas y el dinero que han robado de estas víctimas son 225,000, perdón, en dólares. Pero los investigadores que se están encargando de esta investigación nos dicen que el total puede subir hasta más que $300,000 que les han quitado a estas víctimas. Entonces, nosotros pensamos, obviamente, que hay más víctimas. Esta tarde nosotros arrestamos a Omar por andar en delito organizado con estos dos sospechosos. Entonces, eso nos causó que arrestáramos a Omar en estos dos cargos nuevos. Arrestamos al padre Miguel Ángel Cuellar López otra vez este día por el segundo cargo, y luego ya el hijo Miguel Ángel Cuellar Martínez todavía se busca. Nosotros pensamos que ahorita en estos momentos él está en México y quisiéramos que alguien, si tienen información dónde podemos encontrar a Miguel Ángel Cuellar Martínez, 32 años de edad, o si hay más personas que son víctimas de este delito, por favor que nos hablen al 210-335-6000 o nos pueden mandar email bcsotips@bear.org. Any questions?
Usted dijo que la última vez que el hijo estaba en México, pero pues parecía que en vacaciones. Ahorita ya sabemos si está prófugo así.
No, ahora para nosotros él ya sabe que él se va a enfrentar con cargos ya a regresar. Entonces, para nosotros no me sorprendería saber si él ya huyó y ya se sabe, él ya sabe que lo vamos a arrestar. Pero todavía queremos información tocante de dónde puede estar él.
Sheriff, can you explain again who they were targeting and why?
Sure, they were targeting mostly immigrants, folks. Now, folks that are here legally, they are, people that are in the food business and are just looking to expand. And in most of these cases, these are people that already own restaurants and they're looking to expand their business and branch out into the food truck market. Now, I think that they were taking it for granted that these people may not want to make a report. Maybe they felt that these people may be untrusting of authorities. Or as some of the victims said, in our country where we come from, we just handle this sort of stuff ourselves. We don't come to the police with these sorts of things for whatever reason. So I don't know, for whatever reason, I think they were banking on the fact that these people would not report them or that we would never be able to find who they were. But it was actually pretty simple for our investigators to find out and start uncovering layers. So yeah, they were just targeting people that are just good people looking to work hard for their money, to reinvest their hard-earned money into their business to be able to expand it, and they got taken full advantage of, quite frankly.
So to clarify, they did not deliver a single food truck to any clients?
No, not to any of these that we had seen. In seeing some of the comments on the stories that y'all ran, people were saying, hey, I dealt with these people 2-3 years ago, and they built a food truck for me, and they did a great job. I'm happy with the work product. So, I mean, at some point, they may have run a legitimate business, But as of now, it doesn't appear that there's any legit business going on at this place. What they were doing was they were taking a down payment in some instances, or taking the full amount in some instances, believe it or not, and then telling people, we'll keep you updated on the progress of your trailer. They would never send pictures. They would never give updates. Proposed delivery dates were just disregarded altogether. And then when the people started getting a little bit more demanding, saying, hey, I want either my money back or I want my trailer, these guys would just block them, turn off their phones, do whatever, ignore them altogether. And then at a certain point, these victims all got together and went to the business, and the business was no longer there. Everything was shuttered and all the merchandise was gone. And so at that point, they realized that they had been scammed. But even then, nonetheless, as I gave you the update last week, I believe there are still some victims out there that still don't want to pursue, because in their mind, they still think, no, I don't want to make a big deal because I still want these guys to deliver on the product. And we have to convince people there is no product. You're not going to get your product. And so your best bet is just go ahead and follow through on filing charges. I still believe that there's some people out there like that don't want to admit to themselves that they've been victimized just yet. ¿Mande? Nosotros hemos estado hablando con Omar, pero él nos había convencido como que él era una víctima, que él solamente no sabía lo que estaban haciendo estos dos sospechosos, que él solamente trabajaba allí. Él estaba sorprendido a ver qué había pasado. Es más, que ellos dos lo asaltaron a él y a otros cuando se dieron cuenta que nosotros ya teníamos el caso, pero ya hablando con otras víctimas, nosotros nos dimos cuenta que Omar también es un sospechoso en este caso, y por eso llegamos a arrestarlo a él por estos dos cargos.
Según las víctimas, hay dos vendedores más y hay un familiar más de los Cuellar que podrían ser posibles sospechosos.
Sí, pues yo también puedo decir que ahorita es posible que va a haber más arrestos en este caso. Para mí, nosotros estamos a los principios de esta investigación. Para mí, tanto que como después de la semana pasada, cuando ustedes pasaron esta historia, más víctimas vinieron. Para mí, que ya con esta historia que ustedes van a hacer este día, vamos a ver más víctimas, y el dinero va a aumentar en lo que estos sospechosos se han robado.
¿Podría decir el resumen otra vez de lo que dijo en inglés en español, de que llegaron ahí todos en grupo y ya sabes?
Sí, estos sospechosos ya tenían muchas semanas, varios meses de andar quitándoles dinero a estas víctimas. Necesitamos un poquito más para acabar la traila. Necesitamos un poco más. Ya después de eso, las víctimas obviamente se desesperaron. Empezaron a hablarles, demandar que mira, queremos nuestro dinero para atrás, o entrégame la traila, lo que sea. Pero ya estos sospechosos empezaron a bloquearlos en las redes sociales, bloquear su número celular, ya no les regresaban las llamadas. Y es más, cuando ellos fueron para donde estaba el negocio, habían cerrado todo y se llevaron las trailas que ellos tenían ahí en el lote. Entonces ya con eso nos hablaron a nosotros y nos dieron la queja. Which part, sir? I'm sorry.
That question that he asked you.
Okay.
And then, is it a specific area that it was just targeted, or was it all around? Like, do you have any information if it was like in different areas in San Antonio, or just in one specific?
It was not just in San Antonio. So some of these folks, these victims, are in other parts of the country. Some of them were online transactions. So come to find out, and here's one of the reasons that we still don't think that we know about everything there is to know. Come to find out, San Antonio is actually recognized nationally as the place to go if you're going to be purchasing a custom-made food truck. Whatever it is about San Antonio, and obviously we're a hotbed of commerce for sure, but we're known nationally for being the place to go if you're going to get a food truck made. And so, again, that's one of the reasons that I don't think we know about all these victims yet. It's quite possible that there's victims in other parts of the country that A, don't even know that these folks have closed up shop, B, don't even know that they're a victim yet, or C, know that they can get in touch with us to try to get some form of justice back if it comes down to that. Yes, ma'am.
And just relating to the son, is there any paperwork to extradite him back to the US? And could people who possibly helped him get to Mexico also face charges?
Well, so absolutely. There are ways for us to get folks back from Mexico. We need to find him wherever he is in Mexico, of course, if that's where he is. And then absolutely, there are ways for us to try to get people back that are fugitives from justice. There have been cases where the Mexican authorities have even helped us get people back in custody and get them back over the border. So that's absolutely a possibility. It's highly likely that that'll happen. And then, yes, of course, anybody that may have helped him or may be helping him now, absolutely, it's a possibility that other people could be facing charges in connection with this case.
¿Cuáles son las posibilidades de que los afectados recuperen su dinero?
Bueno, ya en eso ahorita no se sabe qué son las chances que ellos vayan a ver ese dinero otra vez. Ahorita nosotros les podemos asegurar que vamos a hacer todo lo posible para poder ayudarles con eso, pero por ahorita les podemos asegurar que estos sospechosos se van a enfrentar con justicia. Ya después de eso, a ver si les podemos conseguir el dinero para atrás.
Out of curiosity, how long were some of the victims waiting for food trucks? Are we talking months, years?
Well, at least several months. Some of these transactions do go back. We just found out about it December 2nd is when we initially received the call. But going backwards in time, it's been at least several months that these folks were getting scammed. But again, at some point, we're finding out that at some point these guys were really cranking out real food trucks. I guess for whatever reason, they decided that it was just easier to rip people off than to actually come through with finished product.
And then last thing, was the location on Hildebrand? Was it, I have an address, I might just.
So there was a location on Hildebrand, was one of the offices. I don't have the address in front of me, but I know there was a location on Hildebrand. And then the other one that I know about was right here on the south side on the 35 access road, here where you see a bunch of used car lots and things of that nature. These guys had actually rented out part of an existing car lot that apparently those folks didn't know what these guys were up to. They just agreed to sublease a section of their car lot to these guys to do their business. But then I guess they found out with the rest of us that these folks were not legit.
And then one last thing for me.
Sure.
Are there other employees that could also face charges? Because after this arrest, it makes us wonder, if there's others.
There are absolutely other employees. Right now, it's too early to tell if anybody else could face charges, but it would not surprise me to hear that. Now, I could tell you, though, that if there are people here that they know for a fact they are witnesses in this case and they want to tell us their side of the story, we would just as soon hear from you now versus us coming to look for you later. So if you want to be treated as a witness instead of a co-defendant, come talk to us and let's see what you have to say. Once we have to come find you, time for explanations is over at that point.
¿Puedes decir eso en español, por favor?
Sí, sí sabemos que hay otros empleados de este negocio que ahorita ellos se consideran testigos en vez de sospechosos. Entonces, si quieren hablar con nosotros y darnos la información que nosotros necesitamos, más les conviene a ellos trabajar como testigos en vez de que nosotros vayamos a tener que buscarlos a ellos y luego ya después de eso ya no queremos escuchar lo que tienen que decir. Ya en esos momentos ya van a ser sospechosos ellos. Entonces más les conviene hablarnos a nosotros ahorita y darnos la información.
Solo para estar seguro, hasta el momento ya nada más el único sospechoso que tienen idea es el hijo que está prófugo en México.
Ahorita el único que tiene órdenes por su arresto que todavía se busca es Martínez, 32 años de edad. Pero ya después de esto vamos a seguir investigando y si hay oportunidad a arrestar más personas, más sospechosos, entonces es lo que vamos a hacer.
Do you know some of the impacted countries by chance?
I'm sorry?
Some of the possible victims in other countries, do you know what those countries are?
No, I don't know if there are other countries. I think there's other parts of the U.S. Yeah, but it's possible. I mean, it's possible. I don't have any direct information, but again, some of these were online sales from other parts of the country. It wouldn't surprise me to hear that they were scamming people in other countries as well. Okay, thank y'all so much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, y'all can give me a minute or two and I can airdrop you this.